Welcome to the third episode of 177 Nations of Tasmania. And today I'm talking to Eddie Mohammed, and I've known Eddie for quite a few years now. In fact, he even invited me to come with him to Africa. He's originally from the island of Zanzibar, which is off the east coast of Tasmania. Tanzania, sorry. My bad. Thanks for the correction. Okay, Zanzibar is an island off the east coast of Tanzania. Eddie's going to share with you a bit more about what life was like growing up in Zanzibar and how he comes to be in such a different place like Tasmania. Welcome, Eddie. So could you tell us a bit about where you were born and what it was like?
Thank you very much, Mark. I was born and raised in the island of Zanzibar in 1967. Born and raised in Zanzibar, and all my life is Zanzibar until 1999. That's the time I moved from Zanzibar to Tasmania. So I came to Tasmania because I met a lady from Tasmania, but she's original from New Zealand, but grew up here.
So how did you originally meet your wife? How did you end up getting together and then coming to Tasmania?
I met back in Zanzibar. I was at work and I met her at work. I used to be a tour guide, and that is how we met her there, and then invite her to my family, having to know my few of my siblings, because she didn't met all of them that time because we are everywhere, but she met a few of them for a few hours, and then that's how it was.
And what was she doing in Zanzibar?
She just came. I was traveling, but myself, I say maybe she was looking for me.
So was she in one of your tours?
Yeah, she was one of the group in my tour.
And so how long was it from your first meeting until you made the decision to move all the way to Tasmania?
I met her was in 1997. I met her 1997 back in Zanzibar, and then since that time, and then she was coming and visiting me there, and then she came and asked me if I want to come, if I want like a serious life changing, getting married, and I say it's okay, but how? And ask me about how about if I can come here, and I say, why you not coming to live in Zanzibar? And she was explaining to me about financial thing of her work, and I agree for me to come. Then I sacrifice everything, leave everything behind, the place I know, the people I know, the dietitian which I used to, and then I have to come here and start all over again.
Yeah. So what was going through your mind at the time? What were the things that that helped you make the decision?
I want to have my own family. It's not about for me. I wasn't like I want to come. I want to go overseas. That it wasn't in my mind, and I didn't, because back home, as I say, I had my own job, everything I have over there, and I have all the responsibilities as a boy. There, you born in your families, you have a responsibilities, but I sacrifice all of them because I was thinking, okay, now I'm growing up, getting older, then I needed to have and maybe this is the one God bring it to me. That is how it wasn't planned for me, and it wasn't because before, as I say before, I was asking her to come over there. So because I don't want to leave my comfortable zone.
I think a lot of people who haven't been migrants themselves don't appreciate what a big sacrifice and step it is to come to such a totally different culture.
Different culture, different dietitian, different weather.
Now that I've been there myself, I know what you're talking about. But what was when you first? So you came to Tasmania in 1999, and I should give a bit of context to people who don't know. In 1999, there were very, very few African people here.
Yeah.
And just generally, I think there might have been like 10 10 black faces you would have seen in Hobart, and the whole of Hobart, quite different from now. I mean, there's not thousands of Africans here, but there's a lot more than there was in 99. So how was it being kind of one of the few?
When I came over here, it wasn't, I can say, I think I knew only we were 4 or 5 of us here in Tasmania. That is, and it was very hard for me really to walk around and people look at you is very strange, like someone they never seen before. It was a little bit like entertaining. People, they look at you or they yelling to you on the street, and me, it was entertaining. But for, I don't know. Yeah.
So you mean entertaining, you mean the people's reactions?
Yeah. So it was entertaining to me. So people see people yelling like exciting or whatever, like they saw someone or saw something they never seen. Because I can't really put my head around what's really their reaction to see African person walking in the street.
What kind of reactions did you get from people? Were they curious? Were they hostile, or were they just kind of confused?
I can say because most of these people that used to yell is young people. Mm-hmm. So I can say maybe they were enjoying themselves, or they want to make something. I really can't get it why you walk around and then someone yelling, yeah! I really don't know why, but I know it was their reaction, and young people, they can't hide themselves. And because also I can say because they are in their environment. Yeah. So they are in the share, so they want to show themselves. It's like they welcoming you, or I don't know, but I can't really figure out. But to me, it was a little bit strange, but it was entertaining me. Myself. Yeah, because when people say, okay, I feel like I'm on a soccer pitch. I did something and people they celebrate. So
what was, when you first arrived, what were some of the other challenges that you sort of faced with settling in?
The challenge first was the weather. That was challenging. And secondly, to get the job. It was hard for me because I don't know anyone except my wife and my in-laws. They are the one I know. So, and they say the lifestyle here in Western is a different lifestyle in Africa. In Africa, I can say a little bit, if you've seen this, I've seen some of the Greek like document, or they shows in a Greece male sitting outside they play dominoes or card. Yeah. Or in Italy they doing I think the same. So it's a similar little bit there in Africa. Yeah. Similar male, they're going out, sitting, drinking coffee or playing some games. But here is just you stay home, you go to the pub. That's it. So you stay home, go to the pub. You have so it was for me a little bit hard because I don't get home. I can't go home, and also I can't go to the pub because I don't drink, and also I can't go to the pub because I know nobody. Yeah. So it was a little bit to me hard, but I get through.
So how did you like in terms of getting a job? What did you end up doing? How'd that work out?
I can say it was, as I said, it was hard, and because I used to work at home, and I'm a person, if I saw something in the shop I want to buy. Okay. I can buy these things, and it was hard for me to come here. I have no job, and to go and ask my wife I want money. Mm-hmm. And it was, for me, it was very strange to ask a lady I want money to go and buy this, and I'm not working. Yeah. It was hard for me. It was like someone putting acid in internal of me. So I was burning. Yeah, and I was pushing her for me to get a job. But thank God that time my in-laws, they used to own an apple orchard, and then they say if I want to go over there and work, I say I do. Yep. Then I get to work there. That is how my first step started working. And
how was it working on the apple orchard? How long did you do that for?
I worked in an apple orchard for 2 years. years, and it was good, but it was bad because of the weather, because I was still newly here. But yeah, I get over that. So it's cold, they put more layers on it. Yeah. There's one Sunday, my wife we went to my in-laws. It was on Sunday, and then she said, if you want to play soccer, we can go there on Sundays. And I went Sunday there, and then I met some guys and some African guys, and we started playing soccer there, and I met this guy from Chile. We talk, we introduce one another, we talk, and then he asked me if I want to play soccer. I say, yeah, I want to play soccer for the club. I say, yeah, that is what I really want to do, but I don't know how to get the club around here, because I never seen people playing soccer around here. I can see a lot of people with a cricket bat and Aussie rules. All that time I used to call it rugby ball, because I didn't know about Aussie rules, because I never had. So I know that shape of the ball is a rugby. And so they say to me, that is Aussie rules. And I ask you, what is Aussie rules is? And they told me about it. I said, okay. And that guy, then he took me to the club. We trained there, the club like, and they register me, and that's it. And then in the club, I get it. And then I met someone. He was the supervisor of the Ingham's Chicken. And then he asked me if I want to go and work over there. I said, yeah, sure, I wanted the job. But then that is how I start to get to know people through the sports all the way to now. So whatever I can call here like it's my home. Like when we went to Zanzibar, you saw I know everyone. They know me, and I came here, I know everyone. So
was that the first time you were able to play soccer or football here in Tasmania?
Yeah, so the club I registered with a Glonoki night. Yeah, so that is the first club I played, and then played with them, I think 3-4 seasons, I think, like that.
Ball soccer was a big part of your life back in Zanzibar, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the game. Everyone, I can say almost all African, that the game is the number one. Yeah. And then secondly is maybe athletes running around, and like as I say, but the soccer is the number one. Yeah. We don't have swimmers. We're surrounded with the ocean, but we don't have swimmers there. Yeah, we have a fishermen, but but the swimming is not like a sport like here. You can make a life through swimming there. No, there's soccer, running a little bit. There is push bikes, people they do, but it's not like here.
Don't see people running around in lycra.
Yeah, so there are people, they have bikes it's like you have a car, driving your car. So is it, yeah.
So obviously soccer is a really important thing for just a social activity as well as a sport in Africa.
Yeah, soccer and netball too.
Okay.
And basketball a bit.
And so obviously becoming involved in that here really helped open doors for you.
Yeah, because when you're a sportsman, in a sports, you get to learn how to live with other people, no matter what color, what religious, which language you speak. But in a sports, you speak the same language, all of you. Yeah, every single one we're not seeing the color. We sing there as a brother. It's like a family when you are in a sports. So that is, to me, come all the way to now, and I come in a foreign country. I know nobody. I know nothing about this, but now I can say I know a lot of people, not everyone, but I know a lot of people, and I know 100%, but a lot of people, they know me, and I don't know them. Yeah, through the sports. So in a sport, you get to know one another, and also you live with someone. It's not like here. There we have we call it a camp. When the club, when the competition is before that, so all of us players, the club paying for us stay in a like hostel or whatever it is. So all of us, we staying together for 2 months together. We eat together. We doing all the time we're together. So I come here, to me it was easy for me to connect with the people because of I was already been into the sport. So easy for me to make a life and whatever I go in the world.
Yeah. So did you find playing at the club that it helped you maybe understand some local people a bit better?
Yes, to play the soccer, because the local people, then they recognize me in the street because I play last Saturday or Sunday, and they know, that guy, he played for this club, he played that game. So, and also for my teammate, also they when we meet in the street, introducing me to other people. So so it was easy for me to settle here because my background is sports.
Yeah.
So
I might go back to life in Zanzibar. How many were in your family?
my sibling, we were born 11 of us. 11 of us. 5, it was 5 girls and 6 boys. But the 3 of the boys now, they gone, and we are 3 boys left. And the girls, they're still there.
They're not all in Zanzibar, are they?
They almost all of them except one. She lives in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but the rest, the girls, any boys, they are back in Zanzibar.
So, what was life like in Zanzibar in such a big family?
Yeah, life, I can say is hard, but it's easy because in Africa we live together, and whatever we have, we share. We don't live. I think here we have a little bit, here in Western countries, we have a little bit, it's not a little bit, it's a lot, it's individual. But there we live as a family, and when you call a family, it's different than here. So there, when you call a family, so if I have uncles, I have aunties, I have grandparents, and this, all of these people, and a brother of my father, brother of my...
As a whole, we have a big extended family.
Yeah, so that is at home. Over there, we call it the family.
Yeah.
It's not just me and my wife and kids, and we call it, no, there is we call that the family.
Yeah.
So when I go somewhere and they know, okay, this boy or this girl, they come from this family,
yeah.
This is their people, and that is our identities like that.
Yeah. So does that mean that everybody in that bigger extended family sort of looks out for each other?
Yeah, if I go sometimes, or for example, my mom goes, we have a problem with this, maybe her cousins or whatever it is, they have something, they will help her.
Yeah.
So they can help her and bring it to her. And if anything happens, funeral, weddings, or whatever it is, these people, all of them, they get together and talk to tackle something.
Yeah.
So they share their idea, their brain, and if there is a donation, we do. This is the donation we do for the funeral. They say the people, the group of these people, they donate. Maybe the wedding. It's not here wedding like I have to find my own money and my wife to find her own money and then but no, there. If I want to marry, I have to go to them.
Okay, so everybody in the family helps out.
Yep, they have to tip something. Yep. They do that, and then they organize. It's not me or my wife. No, it's that family. They're the one they organize, and the women also her side. They doing same thing.
Okay,
they doing there. So there is a celebration to the boy, and there is a celebration to the girl, and then all these people they meeting together.
Yeah.
So this big family join together.
So is the wedding like quite a big event?
Yeah, wedding is a big event. Funeral is a big event.
Yeah.
Because people, all of us, we have to meet together and to help these who they lost their mom or they lost their father or they lost their brother or sister. These people, all of them, they come around and comfy, and also the neighbors coming in. Neighbors also, they come and join in.
So that's a really big difference. Between here and
here is a completely big difference, because when I start to work here at Huonville, then Apple Orchard, there's one time I work with the two brothers, and these brothers on a weekend, after they get their pay, it was a Friday evening, and they get an accident, they die. And Monday I went to work, and the manager told me about it, the person. Then I asked, are we gonna go to the funeral? And say, no, you can't go to the funeral. You have to be invited. I said, how that works? To go to the funeral, you're going to say goodbye to this person. How you have to be invited? It's not a wedding. So it was a little bit for me strange that to say, okay, but back in Africa, that is a shock. I can tell you, Mark, when I came here, I heard about this bullying. I didn't know this word. And I asked Mama, what this bullying mean? And she explained to me. And I say, this is the thing the kids, they killing themselves because of this bullying. And I say, yeah. Say, how? And she say, yeah, because it's someone or some group of people, they just pick on you, makes you uncomfortable. And I say, this type of thing in Africa, it's not an issue with this. No? We don't have this type of thing. But then I understand the system, the law system here is different than there. Because in Africa, if I'm going to pick someone, you know what? That guy, he's going to wait for me, and then we're going to fight. You get bashed, or after that, that's it. It's finished. So tomorrow, I'm not going to pick on him anymore. But here is the law. You touch someone. So someone is touching you, but you can't touch him back, because he's got some other people, they backing him up or her up. And there, because the way how we live in there. So I have my people, you have your people. So you pick on me, my people, they will be there and waiting.
Whereas here, everyone is like a little island. We don't always have our people. It's a really interesting point you make there. I hadn't thought of that.
And also, if I take that, and if I get bashed, 100% is a lesson to me. I'm not going to marking around with him or her anymore. And anywhere, but you're in a school uniform, that things will go to school. And when that gets to school, you're in a big trouble. Both of you. You're going to get whipped, but here you can't whip someone. This is why people, they run over everything they want. So when you get a whip, it's reminding you, I get this whip, I'm going to get again. No, I don't want to do it again. But here you can't do it. There's a lot of rights. Kids' right, human right. There's too many rights. But sometimes for the kids, I think it teaches them a lesson. It teaches them something, because you whip someone. It's not like you hate that. Because all of us, we have a different mindset of learning things. Some other, I can talk to you, you understand what, but some of us, until we get a whip, and that wakes us up. Okay, now I'm not gonna do it.
So you said you were a tour guide. How long were you doing that for?
I did tour guiding for 8-10 years, I think, something like that. Before that, I was a public transportation driver. And there is one day, one of the partner of the company, he's got his own vehicle, and that day they didn't have the driver. And they asked me to go, if I can go and drive that. That is how I get into that. So I went there and I drive that. And the first day and the second day, they asked me if I can go for the week. And I say, okay. And then after that, I've been told you need to work here full time. That is how I got into the tour guiding. But I didn't start as a guide. I was driver. So I drive, and all the time when I go there drive, I was too close to the guide. I'm listening him when he explaining these things. I was listening, so I was self teaching. So I was just listening him over and over, same thing every single day. Then there's one day, this guy, he's an old Indian man, and I think I can say he saw me, or I explained things to the tourists, a group of 5 of them. Then I think that the time he realized I know stuff. Yeah, I have learned stuff from him. Then that is the time that so instead of being a driver, then I was a driver, and then I was a guide.
Okay.
So that is how I got into it.
And so what kind of people were on the tours?
It's a Westerner, people from a different part of the world, from Australia, from New Zealand, from America, from UK, from Canada, from Israel, Japan, and France. So they're different parts of the world.
So I guess as you were doing the job for that period of time, you must have enjoyed tour guiding?
Enjoying, because meeting people every single day, different people. So I was enjoying, and I do like to learn different words. Same thing, but I get to learn that. So I was also like self-teaching another language of the tourists I get. So I was like, they were my tourists, and also they were my teachers. They teaching me. So I was enjoying. I want to get more words, different, because I want to beat my workmate, because he doesn't have this word. He can't speak. He can't say this word. So I was like that. So I want to get new words all the time. I mean, to beat my workmate. Zanzibar is a mixture. It's a mixture of people who they settle there. And if you go in a Swahili language, it's a mixture of all these people who they've been settled in Zanzibar. So you can speak English, but you can hear people speaking Swahili, but there is a English words in it. But little bit, there is a little bit, the pronunciation, they become, but it's an English word, but the pronunciation it become our mother tongue is and you can go find German words in a Swahili language, and you go and you'll find Arabic words in Swahili language, and you'll find also Portuguese words, and you'll find also Indian word, and also have a Bantu here you call it Aboriginal, that is native people that place, and also the Persian word, the Iranian words, we have them there. And all of these people, they didn't left there just words. They left there their culture. And also they left there, I can say, their blood.
Yeah, you could see that when you're looking around at all the different people there. There's just different. So with all these different people, do people get on in Zanzibar, or is there any conflict between the different groups?
I can tell you it's not just in Zanzibar, in all Tanzania. In all Tanzania, we don't have a conflict of your color. We don't have a conflict of your tribe. We don't have a conflict of your religious. We don't have that type of thing. That is how we've been living there all this time. So we don't have people. They have their tribes. They have their, like if you go like in mainland Tanzania, mainland, they have their tribe languages. But when you come in all society, we speak one language, Swahili.
Because isn't Zanzibar where they speak supposedly the most pure Swahili or something like that?
Yes, because at that time the trading, because in Zanzibar, Persian, they came over on the coast. So they come there they come to stay there for 6 months, and then they have to sail back to Persian Gulf, or they can sail again to the Middle East. So, but they want to communicate with the local. For that 6 months they're staying there.
They need a common language.
So they need it. So that is how the language Swahili comes from.
So as we said before, when you first arrived in Tasmania, there were very, very few African people. But I guess over the time that you've lived here, what changes have you seen?
It's a big change. The African migrant, I saw a lot of them came over and then they left. Some of them, they follow job opportunity. They went to mainland. Some of them, they left here because of the weather condition, because some of them is threatening their health, because because of the weather. So they have to move here to go somewhere warmer. Yeah, but some of them, they left because of they want to get a job, and because here they don't know anyone.
Yeah,
so
common problem.
Yeah, and also because they come over here, they want to help their people back home.
Yeah,
as we say, there we live. We live together. It's not just me and my kid. It's me, my sister, my brother, my nephew, my niece, my auntie. So we helping one another.
And so in that kind of spirit, have you sort of helped out other Africans who have arrived in Tasmania?
To me, I help the families through the sports, because this family, when they come here, they have young people, and young people is especially when they're teenage, easy to go wrong way than to go on the right way, because here it's not like in Africa. Here they get everything they want, and also because of the law, here you can't touch kids, but the kids they misbehave, they can get punished. But here you can't do that. So how to do that? Most of the African kids, they love to play soccer, and myself, I found that's the opportunity to get his kids, because they love to play soccer and they like to be with their friends. They socializing there together. So we prefer them to help them and get them there, socialize, let's play soccer, entertaining them for that 2-3 hours a day, distract what their mindset, maybe if they don't have that thing, what they gonna do. So distract, okay, I get this. I'm here with my friend, we kick the ball around, we're having fun, we're marking around. Okay, tomorrow, day after, we coming back again. We have this. So you make that in their head routine. So they know after school, we're going to play soccer. After soccer, we're going home, eat, sleep. Tomorrow morning, school. So you interrupt this in between these things, we have nothing to do. So you take over. They're playing soccer, they're going home tired, they eat and sleep, and then they wake up in the morning, going back to school, and the weekend, we're having game. It's fun. So you getting them for, they say, from 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. They get in a 19 and step in a 20, because this from 8 to 19, this is the time things goes very bad. In between this time, these young people, that's the time is a lot of things. They want to explore everything. They don't know themselves. They put in the jeopardy. So that is how I put myself to help them. So soon they get to 20, that thing is playing soccer, going there is a routine. So it's in them. They not thinking about other things. They're thinking to play soccer. So weekend game. Now I'm 18 or 19. I started getting a job. I'm going to work. So these silly things, they're already gone. It's not going to come back. So now they're thinking, I want to get a job. I'm going to go to job. I'm going to soccer. And that is myself. That is, I feel, and how I help them. But some the family, they know. Some of the family, they don't know. But the kids themselves, they know. Because some of them, they come and talk to me and they say, thank you for what you've done to me. And now how I can tell you, I have now a kid. He's 20 years old, 21 years old. He bought a house with his girlfriend, 21 years old. And
so were you coaching him from when he was?
He was young.
Because I was going to ask you about what changes you'd seen from helping or coaching kids from like a young age until they're almost adults.
So that is, I did. And so I have one, as I told him, but how he's busy working now. Now he doesn't want to even playing soccer. He just concentrated to work. So that is silly thing. And he was really naughty. But I was hard on that and I changed him. And I have another one. He's a friend. He's in a electricity course apprenticeship.
Apprenticeship as an electrician. Right.
So he's doing that, and he's happy. And was it a week before he came to me and he said, thank you very much. I really appreciate for what you've done to me, because you teach them how to behave with the other people. people, how to work with other people. You put them together because you playing soccer, some of them, they don't speak English.
Yeah.
But when you put them there, they know we're playing soccer. Soccer is passing the ball and score the goal. And winning is a language all over the world. One language. We know that when we see a round ball there, this is how we want. And the rules is the same.
Yeah.
The rules is the same all over the world. So no, there's no superior, because one person did mistake is all of us, we collapse.
Yeah.
And I told these kids, I say, you kids, you think here you're gonna be naughty or you're gonna be silly to do some silly because you want to show someone you know. It's not, because you doing that bad thing, it's not just you, it's all of us. Your mom and dad, they pay your registration, we look bad. Yeah. Myself as a coach, you putting me down too. Yeah. And the club, because the club registered you. So the club, everyone who putting them down.
So I guess it's about teaching personal responsibility.
Yeah. So I say, if you misbehave, you get punishment. It's all the club, we get punishment. It's not just you, it's all of us.
What would you say is for you the best thing about living in Tasmania?
I'm living here because now I've got my own kids.
Yep.
My kids born here, they know more here than than where I am from. So this is their home. So that is my best thing.
The family.
Yeah.
Okay. What's something that you would, if you could, that you would like to bring from Africa, that you would like to bring here, people in Tasmania could benefit from?
I can say, if for example, if I can take away from there to here, is the way living.
What specifically?
I can say people living together, like go to neighbor, open the doors to neighbor, talk to each other, greet each other in the morning. But here we don't have here. So for there, in the morning I can go and knocking the door to my neighbor. Mark, how are you? How are you feeling? How are the kids going? Or how are you going? I'm good. Yeah. But here it's hard. In your next door neighbor, you don't know one another. People, they moving there, and until they move going to another place, you still don't know who's who. So it's a little bit. Or sometimes next door neighbor, there is elderly people. These people, they need you. Now is the time to keep eyes on them. But here, no. So it's a bit hard, because even if I'm gonna go and knock the door to these people, but if I go there, they're gonna be, what you want? So it's
maybe
some of them. I have my neighbor there elderly. We talk a lot.
Here it's just luck. You have a friendly neighbor.
Yeah, because in Africa, if I have the kids, my kids, they can go to neighbor and my neighbor can feed them without any problem. And their kids, they can come my house. I can feed them without asking anything. They can play here whatever they want, but you can't do it.